camera's facing the right way. What a pain in the ass. God. You like that 20-second live stream? So I have no idea, like, if this is even live right now. Like, in theory it is. So let me fix this. What a... Your last live was great. That's awesome. Yeah, here's my stupid sunshades. So it is, once again, 101 degrees out here. Yay, I did it. Oh, that's crinkly. I got smart. I parked in an indoor garage this time, so I don't have to deal with it. Yeah, I'm running a little bit early today. God. Yeah, I clocked like 150 miles today. And I never went more than an hour from the house. It was just like zigzagging the town. And award-winning stuff. Don't touch any buttons. I know. God. Yeah, I was up way too early today. And there's like a garbage pail between my ears right now. Like everything. People are sending me texts about work that involve technical topics. And I'm like, yeah, the answer's 4. I really don't care. I'll care later. That's tomorrow's Pete will care. Today's Pete is done. Hey, hi, Parabellum. What's going on? I'm telling you. It's just bad choo-choo. So, in theory, there's a live stream going out, which probably just confused the crap out of everybody, so people are probably trying to look at the other live stream. You notice I moved my camera down. So one of the problems was where I had it mounted on the windshield, it's been so damn hot, it overheats my cameras or my phone while I'm driving. Even with the AC on, it gets overheated, and I lose my connection. I overheat the phone, and it says your iPhone is dying, and then it kicks me off. So, damn, too much, guys, too much. All right, it was like bar hopping. No clickbait this time. No. Man, the last time wasn't supposed to be clickbait. I clickbaited myself with that shit. But you all should have heard, like, if you'd have recorded that rant I had when the first live stream just ate garbage. I just lost my biscuits because it's just been one of those days. And, man, I was making obscenities up at that point. Holy cow, you hear that train? Hold on. God, that's a long-ass train. Oh, shit. Oh, that's a well flare. So they're flaring a well way out here, and that's a massive flare because I could see it over a building. I thought a rig was on fire. That would have been so bad. Yeah, rig fires are never a good thing. So anyway, folks, I hope everyone's doing well. Let me make sure I'm seeing all live. So, I gotta tell you, man, y'all, is it me or is there a lot of... Okay, to quote my friend Mike from Hudson Valley, we all gonna die Wednesday, but they're saying we're gonna die every freaking day. Not Hudson, I'm talking about certain creators. On different platforms too. There's one guy on TikTok, and he's interesting. He's a smart guy, but he's very dramatic. And the last video he put out, like, all his comments were, dude, you've been predicting we'll be dead like 3 years ago. And yeah, there's climate change. I get that. That's scientifically. Yeah, I thought we were always dead. Hey, Hillbilly, what's going on? Hey, Teresa. I have no idea which live stream I'm on right now. Like, my phone freaked out. And, yeah, I'm just... At this juncture, I'm just happy that things are working and people actually are finding. It's just been weird. God, the whole day's been like this. Like, this is just a perfect... Hey, Joe. It's just been a perfect end to an absolutely weird day. The good thing was, everyone I dealt with today was actually in a decent mood. Like, they were civilized people. And you could see everyone was just freaking tired. Like, every meeting I went to, I'm still wearing steel toes. My feet are hot. Because, you know, it's 100 degrees and I got 8-inch high steel toes. So, it's just like... Yeah, I've lost interest in being today. I would drink, but I have to function tomorrow morning. So now I'm kind of pondering exactly where do I go at this point in time. Good news, for several months my dryer's fixed, needed clean bedding for months. Well, that's good. Goddamn dryer. View message. All right, somebody. Today has been a shit show. Hold on. It won't let me. What the hell? It won't let me put comments. Yeah, folks. When I'm on my phone and somebody puts a comment that YouTube's like, oh, you want to approve this, it squishes it into this little nub. And every time I try and click, and I'm afraid to click anything right now because I've already started 2 live streams that were screwed up. So, yeah, hey, Papas. Yeah, what happened last night, Hillbilly? My today has been a shit show since last night. Hey, Outlaw, what's going on? So, it's funny, I've been watching a lot of creators, like I was starting to say, on the various platforms. And there's a lot of stuff we should be pissed about. And there's a lot of stuff that we should be talking about and be aware of. But, doggone, there's some people who just... Like, I literally had to stop watching a few. I know Hudson and Angry have their favorite to pick on. There's a couple of others that they just annoy the crap out of me. And Outlaw. You know, everything is, oh, well, you're going to die. Oh, this is so bad. And they just freak people out. But they don't give any value, right? They don't, I'm ignoring the news on purpose, though. Based old dude slapping vegans with raw meat. Fiery argument with the missus. Oh no. Yeah, it's funny because, you know, they'll say, oh, this is going to happen and this is going to happen and this is going to happen, but they don't give any perspective. And I think that's what I haven't seen Hudson's video yet. I'll go check it out. Is it a short video or a regular video? But, you know, they're putting this stuff out and they don't give you context, right? They're like, the housing market's crashing. Okay, well, what do we do about it? And you put it in the comments and half the time they don't answer. You're just screwed. You know, click my link. What the no. I like who slaps a vegan with raw steak. How do you punish them with a straight face? 30 minutes. Okay, I'll go check it out. But folks, you know, I've been watching, like, I like Economic Ninja because he kind of talks about, you know, the market, it goes down, it comes up, right? You know, this happens throughout history. It doesn't necessarily mean empires will collapse. I'm sure one day there would be a different United States of America. But, reviewing food, but the comedy is hilarious. Yeah, well, we may die every day. Hey, Scott, what's going on? And they give no context. And I guess what annoys me is there's so much BS, but they don't say, hey, you know what? The housing market's going to crash. So what you need to do is don't buy a new house now, or if you buy a new house, wait till the prices go down, even if the interest rate's high. Then once you get into the house, wait a year, refi, and they'll probably have dropped the interest rates. And, you know, at least give people some tools, some concept of, hey, this is what needs to happen. They don't do that. And he's got a good sense of humor. Hey, Indiana Prepper gal, it's good to see you. They don't give you any tools. You know, like Economic Ninja, I love, because he's like, what you do, you wait, right? Because it's going to suck. But then you wait, and then when the market does this, then you do that, and then when it comes back, then you have wealth, and then that's a blessing. And I'm like, okay, I can get behind this guy's message. So Outlaw, there's a couple of people on the various platforms. Like there's different people on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube that I can't remember who this one guy is. I swear he looks like he's from an asylum. He's a thin guy, bald head, And every video is a picture frame like this. Like his really big, insane eyes. Like he looks like somebody who took meth for the first time. And he's always saying, the end is nigh, or death, or, you know, some other shit. But then they don't actually tell you, well, this is what you should be doing. This is how you should be thinking. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember what the hell is his channel's called, Outlaw. Hey, Trent. Hello. He looks like an alien. He does look like an alien. Does one creator look like this? Yes. Thank you. Yes, MMS. And he seems like a smart guy, but everything is trauma. Like everything. And yeah, I think that's him. No, it's not Mad Shad. Mad Shad's fun because he's like, I give zero shits. I have an axe and a beard. You know, he doesn't. No, not Mad Shad. No. Well, I said he's a bald guy. Mad Shad's the opposite of bald. You know, Mad Shad is more. He's more like that guy you want to sit with at the bar and make fun of everyone else at the table. And it's just, what the hell, dude? You're not teaching, and you're scaring the shit out of people. And you're not actually teaching anyone anything. You're not telling them, hey, you know, look, markets crash. Yeah, Suburban, no kidding. It's just, and it's absolutely frustrating for me, you know, because as an engineer, right, one of our tasks is we build shit and we fix stuff. Like, oh, well, this town needs a bridge to go over the water, right? That's what we do. We are trained and wired to go and, oh, this is incorrect. We will fix it, right? And it's really, getting an engineering degree is a 4-year course in analytic problem solving. I don't know how else to describe it. And you get some guy who's being an anus and is telling people, oh yeah, run up your credit card because the market's going to crash. No, you know what? Run up your credit card, and then your interest, and this guy said this like a year and a half ago, before the interest rate went up. So imagine somebody actually listening to this guy and said, oh no, the end is nigh. So they run up their credit card, right? And their interest rate on their card was, you know, 8% at the time. Now it's 20 or 30 or whatever, right? And all those people do is appeal to a need for people who fear or fret on something. Right, but you can be concerned about something and problem solve, right? That's fun. To me, I'm like, I'm taking action. This is a legitimate threat. And, or this is, to me, is a concern in my area. Therefore, I will enact a plan for that, right? That's cool. That's like a project. No, we're all going to die. Exactly. But, you know, they say this shit, and I don't know, maybe it's just, I think ethically, if you have a large following like that, they want fear. Well, if I want to forget reality, I'll spin up the PlayStation and shoot, you know, blow up, you know, the avatars of stupid teenagers in other countries, because that's fun as shit. They'll curse at me in languages I don't even understand what they're saying. But to me, it's just frustrating that they don't offer a solution or a course of action. Like, well, you know, and you can say, yeah, you can prep food, and that's fine. But what food? Tuna fish? Do we prep rice? Do we prep pasta? Well, yeah, Marco, exactly. And, you know, you don't want to... I'd like to leave, you know, maybe my granddaughter will see my videos at some point and go, oh, Grandpa was actually, like, thinking that shit through, and not, wow, my grandpa's a rectum, you know? I don't want to do that. And it just blows my mind. And I guess in a lot of ways in my mind, you try to leave a little legacy to help other people. And these guys are like, aliens are coming down. Yo, y'all, if legit aliens come down, if aliens legitimately descend to Earth and start tearing shit up, yeah, at that point, like, the credit cards probably won't work anyway. And oh, that's terrible. I just got a text from one of my coworkers. He's like, yeah, we just broke the equipment you need on that next project. Oh, fuck me. Anyway, ethically it's bankrupt, but people are capitalizing for solutionless channels. If aliens come, they will die looking for intelligent life. They probably will. So yeah, it just, to me, it's absolutely frustrating that you have these human wedgies who are going around telling people, oh, you're gonna die. This one prepper on TikTok, and he's a funny guy. Like, I watch him because he's hilarious, but he's not a small man, and he got on a video without his shirt. I did not need to see that. He's like, somebody told me I should take my shirt off. Well, whoever told you that is a dumbass. No. And then he started with Ukraine is gonna get nuked by Russia again, and I'm like, okay, so now you've traumatized me and you've told me bad news, and I don't like you. I had to take a break from my buddy there. I mean, he's a nice guy, but it's like, dude, no, this is wrong. You're storing your food wrong. You know, shit. Outlaw. No, I'm not talking about Outlaw. It's a guy on TikTok. Unless Outlaw's on TikTok and he's a 25-year-old computer nerd. But yeah, no, it's just, what the hell? It's so frustrating. I mean, is it just me? And it could be Parabellum. Maybe they're just not happy. But take action, right? If you don't like your job, find a new job. You want to make some money? He is. My mother's sport. I'm on TikTok, but 25. You don't have red curly hair, do you, on your head? Because that would really freak me the fuck out. Not 25 computer. No, 25 computer nerd. Okay, I've completely lost track of what Outlaw and my mother's Spark are saying. Hey, Canadian. I am so confused right now. But anyway, yeah, guys, don't listen to these fuckers. They're excuse my language. I'm gonna curse today because I'm just in one of those moods. Like, these freaking human ticks. They say this dumb shit, and I mean, morally, I'm like, I don't want to say something that'll cause someone to do dumb shit and fall down a staircase or something. You know, that's contrary to my nature. And to see these guys, they have these big followings, and I'm like, that's just bullshit. What are you doing? It's just, to me, it's agitating. It really, really annoys the crap out of me. And again, it's contrary to what I bought a kayak. Maybe I should start screaming, everyone panic every day. These carpetbaggers. I have not heard the phrase carpetbagger in a very long time. It's true. Yeah, Daryl, a tapeworm would be a good one. Yeah, Daryl, I got kicked out of 2 lives in a row. And then in frustration, I hit go live, and live occurred. I literally have no idea like how many lives are going on right now on my channel. It's just, and while I'm talking to all of you, I'm getting texts on the top of the phone going, hey, we just fucked up that piece of equipment for the next project. And I'm like, oh. I literally just left the other company's office like 3 hours ago, and I'm like, yeah, we're good to go. Now, not so good to go, because the tool is in Shiboba now, and it's in the underworld and no longer functions. But it's fun, though. It's 2 for Tuesday. It's Confused Tuesday. Just put the phone in the microwave for 60 minutes on high heat. It will fix it. No, that'll burn my house down. 60 minutes or 60 seconds? You put 60 minutes, dude. That'll ignite the phone. It'll detonate. I don't know if it's a full moon. That would explain some stuff. 3 for Thursday. There you go. We're all gonna be confused Wednesday is what this is so bad. And what's funny, my whole team, all the guys on my team are completely confused. Like, all the guys and girls were all discombobulated. One guy missed his own meeting. Like, he set up a meeting, I called in, And I'm like, and he's a former Marine. I'm like, where's the jarhead? So I text him. I'm like, yo, where's your meeting? He's like, oh, I'm in another meeting. Well, why'd you start this one, fucker? Because now I'm in your meeting and you're not here. So then we started telling jokes. And seriously, I'm ecstatic. I'm glad you are. I've just had the day of weirdness. At least the people were nice, right? Like I said, everybody was in a good mood. Everyone's tired, and I guess when everyone around you is wore out, they're all exhausted. It's just, holy shit, that lady, like, took the turn in the covered parking lot. It's like Tokyo Drift in 20 miles an hour. Like, that was weird. All right, stupid people should not have SUVs. Okay, that's the second Tahoe I've seen in a month that has done weird shit. They're not allowed to do that. So, God, it's so exasperating. Anyway, what I was hoping, there you go. Nice. See, that's the kind of stuff what Canadian just put. Your cholesterol goes down. That's an important prep, right? I mean, it sounds silly, but your health is important. All right? If you're all discombobulated and you have an apocalypse, you're not going to do well. If you're having seizures or some shit, right? It's just, those are the things we should be prioritizing. Going through inventory. Hey, there's a situation in Ukraine that could result in a shortage of X and Y. Okay, therefore, you should. Here comes the Tahoe again. What the hell are you doing? Oh, go ahead, hit the pillar. That'll make my day. Don't hit my truck, though. That'll piss me off. This person is... how could you get lost? So apparently, we are lost in a parking garage. That's just... either that or she's joyriding up and down. This is not an exciting garage. And, ooh, don't hit that dude, lady. God bless. I just ate pork ribs for dinner. Your cholesterol is bacon. No, it won't be the apocalypse. Doing well in the... oh, I won't be doing well in the apocalypse. You've run out of coffee. It's, no, it's a white Tahoe. And the lady is clearly clueless because she's looking at her phone while she's driving in the parking garage. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're going to have an incident, and then you're going to wind up like that Dodge Charger I saw the other day that hit the damn concrete and had crime scene tape. YouTube is watching you. Yeah, I had somebody got angry at me on when I went on with the Angry Prepper, and he's like, I didn't like what you said. I saved the video. To do what, cabron? Are you gonna fucking take me to YouTube court? Report me for saying I don't think you should be panicking? I don't understand. Is she's trying to get out of the garage with her GPS. I don't know, she's so confused. Like, she literally was lost. Like, she was looking and she waves at me and I'm like, hi, what are you doing? No, go somewhere else. Now you're freaking me out. I'm afraid you're gonna hit me. Good Lord. Maybe she's trying to, she's a fan and she's trying to find you. Okay, true story. I'm running into my fans now, and not in my own city. I'm running into them. Like, I went to Dallas, and then I went to my wife's convention down in where the hell did they have it? Like Temple area in Central Texas. And I was helping her unload, and I walk in this is the first convention, and 3 of the girls go, and then they look at her and they look at me and go, you're married to him? And of course I have no context to this, right? So I'm like, should I leave? Like, what the hell I don't know you, and I damn well know we didn't have an affair, so should I run off? You know, and then they're like, no, we follow you on social media. I'm like, oh God. So now when I show up, I get asked for recipes. Like, oh, do you know how to do scallops on cast iron? I'm like, no, I just drove 5 hours. There's no scallops. There's no scallops right now. Although cast iron scallops sounds really good now that I'm saying it. But It's just funny. I got groupies, I know, and they would fit with y'all, like, because I went back that night, and the girls, I guess they had their training class and everything, and then somebody broke out wine and vodka, and somebody brought moonshine. One of these girls, her husband made moonshine for her to share, and I got there, and it literally was a training area full of drunks, and I was like, that's freaking funny. No, what's funny, my wife knew. I didn't know. Because they were like, I think we follow your husband, but... And then they look, and then she's like, my wife's just smirking, and I'm like, you're the devil. Like, no, little shit. Which is, but to be fair, I do stuff to her too, right? Because we're mischievous. For some reason, apparently, I can be really quiet when I don't intend to. So I'll go bebopping into the kitchen with the corgis following me. And I think I'm making all sorts of noise, and I'll go, hey, babe, and she'll be like, yeah! And there's pico de gallo everywhere, or she drops a beer, and I'm like, what the hell? I literally just walked across the entire house. You didn't see the big guy that you married just walking across the house with the dogs following, jingling. Anyway. It's been one of those weeks, you know. But, you know, folks, don't listen to these fools. I mean, these folks will just... They're going online, and they're scaring the shit out of people. But a lot of people, I've gotten some creepy emails last year. Apparently my voice for radio causes some women to, oh, jeez. I see isn't worth the stress BS videos now. Yeah, I'm going to have to copy that description of this video eventually. But, yeah, it kicked me. So the first one, the camera was wonky, and it was upside down and sideways, and I tried to fix it. YouTube said, no, you can't fix it. So I killed that one. I started another one, and I don't know what happened there, but everything was a blur. And so then in frustration, I just started clicking shit. And then poopies. And just started clicking shit randomly, because that's an engineering approach, right? When you've tried the rational shit, you just get pissed off and go tick, 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 tick. And then a live stream started, and I was like, cool. But yeah, don't... hey, New York City Prepper, what's going on? Canadian, absolutely true. But folks, look, don't... There's... And I love Hudson's Wednesday videos, you know, we all gonna die Wednesday, because it's true. It's so freaking true. These people, they go and they panic other people, and they freak people out. And there's no need for that. It's awful, but they don't give tools. It's not like, hey, you know, there's a shortage of X because something happened over here, so you should, you know, prepare accordingly. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, people can run with that. But when they just, the world is ending, here's a Chinese-made shovel that could help. Get it at my store. Yeah, exactly. I see the Canadian flag. I see what you did there. Right. Or, you know, the big-eyed guy, and you freak people out. It doesn't help. Look, I mean, even though a lot of the creators, I think all the mods who are creators, we all have little affiliates, and, you know, they send us stuff to review and whatnot, but it's like, look, if you can find a better price somewhere else, or if you try the product and you think, this tastes awful, or this doesn't work the way I want it to, then find what fits you. Your budget, your style, your time, and we're gonna we all gonna die Tuesday. Yeah, try Tuesday. And he banned me. Joe got banned by Canadian. I just stopped watching, because it was like, you know, they get on and they're like, well, today, you know, like he did this one video where he put his survival knife here, like on his backpack. And I'm like, first of all, if it was an H harness, like for those of you who are in the military, like the old LC2 shit, the Alice gear, the H harness, that's physically attached to me. Like, you can pull my backpack off. If you pull the harness, I'm coming with it. Like, it's literally on me. So if I put something like that here, that makes a little more sense. Well, why'd you put it on your backpack? A bear grabs your backpack and swings you around. You'll go flying, and now your bear has your knife and all your other shit in the backpack in his mouth. Like, oh, hold on. Similar narrative on some of the religious channels. Prophets speak of end times. Right, and they've been predicting end times since, like, Jesus was here. You know, it just... And probably before that, I'm sure the pharaohs were like, hey, if you don't stop it, you know, Ra will come down and burn your ass and chase you around the desert. You know, it's true. Hey, but they making... Right, but there's a way to do it, I guess. Canadian, I know you're being sarcastic, but yeah, there's... If you know, I guess being in business... my approach and the way I was trained, you're transparent. Hey, this is the expectation, this is what could work, but you may have a better option here. And you just present yourself openly, you know, cards on the table. Classless is a way. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's... And they don't, y'all's gonna die, not me. I'm gonna be busy being your friendly local tribal warlord thug. Tribal warlord thug. Say that 5 times real fast. But I digress. So basically, Rabbit Coyote is going to be Negan, but with a cool name. You know what you need is a pet coyote. Like, legit find a pup coyote and raise it as your own, and then you will literally be Rabbit Coyote with Coyote. And actually, I don't even know who the hell that is. Like, who the hell is that? Spam Risk. I don't want to talk to Spam Risk right now. But yeah, it's just I have a well-prepared lot home, so I'm gonna be fine Wednesday. Yeah. Now I have a new goal. So by the way, Rabbit, don't, if you get a raccoon as your mascot, beware that they have thumbs, and they get into mud. Somebody I knew in Houston found a little bitty raccoon. They're like, oh, a little raccoon, right? So now they have this 25-pound mischievous shit that goes around the house, gets the cereal boxes, ejects the boxes from the shelf, and the dogs are waiting below, and then they tear the boxes open and eat all the cereal. And they've come home, and there's just like cereal and shit everywhere because, you know, the little bandit can get up there and he has thumbs and he goes like, and they throw everything out. And the dogs are like, we'll open the box, just get it down here. And, you know, I'm going to have G.I. Joe on a chain. That's awesome, dude. No, and that's what we should be doing, Canadian. Have a plan. When you hear news, hey, we're going to have a shortage. Hey, there's conflict with this country. This country is discombobulated. So the wheat issue in Ukraine doesn't directly affect the West, Canada, US, Mexico, right? We've got plenty of shit here. What it will affect is the price of grain, right? Because the market's global. So, you know, Africa, India, they have need for grain. There's less for them, so cost will go up. That's something you can plan for and say, okay, cost of grain may go up X%. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy, you know, flour, rice, whatever product. I'll get a bulk amount, and then I'll split it up in Mylar bags, or however you're going to do it. Split it with my friends so it's cheaper. Those are the kind of things we should be focused on. When these asshats come on and they're like, oh, you're going to die, and, you know, click my link. Like, who the hell wants a mug with a dude's face on it? Maybe a logo, that's kind of cool, but yeah, I've seen people and they put like, it's just agitating. It's like, what are you doing, man? You're scaring the shit out of people. Turkey spam is caca. Wait, what's turkey? What the hell? Speak of man, did you know the spam with jalapeno? Okay, I did see that, and thank you, my mother Spark. You know what I should do? I should do a cooking video this weekend or later this week with the jalapeno spam. Now, I saw pumpkin spam online, and I don't know if that was like a meme, like it was funny, or if someone actually made pumpkin spam, but that's awful. That's sinful. Like, that should be rejected immediately. You open that and you're gonna get, you know, golem's gonna come out. Don't do that. No. I like spam in general. Well, so that's the other thing. I wanted to do the spam challenge, and My Mother Spark, that might be a great idea for the cooking video, is the kind of like Free Shit Friday we're doing with Northern Girl. Only Jason truly hates spam. But yeah, love fried spam. So actually, I had a bunch of Cub Scouts at the house that needed to eat, so I made a big bowl, a big thing of mac and cheese, and I cubed the spam, and I put like, drained out like a can of veggies, and I basically made like fried spam and mac and cheese with the little veggies in it, and these kids scarfed that up. Like these 4 or 5 boys ate 2 pounds of mac and cheese with spam, and all those carbs knocked them out. Like when their parents came to pick them up, the kids were already like passing out. I'm like, they just filled their faces, so he should be passed out upon arrival at the house. So needless to say, I was a very popular scout leader, because, you know, at the end I'd feed the kids a lot of carbs and knock them out. Parents would go home, the kids were ready for bed. They just needed a bath, and off they went. But yeah, folks, don't listen to this. Now, if you hear bad news, even from the Canadian guy and the other knuckleheads that we've been making fun of, take it with a grain of salt and say, okay, let's say this guy, what he says is true. Spam goes in beans and rice here. Actually, that's not a bad substitute, because it's kind of the same consistency for sausage. If you hear bad news or some kind of, you know, worrywart shit from one of these creators, kind of take it with a grain of salt and say, okay, feed the kids Ritalin. Well, I don't want them to become stupid. I just want to mellow them out. But listen to it and then say, okay, this guy's clearly fear-mongering, but what can I take away? What is my takeaway from this information, right? Oh, well, you know, NATO did whatever. Well, if they throw nuclear missiles our way, right, we have a whole different problem. Is that going to affect our gas price? No. Is it going to affect your food price? No. But if there's a local issue like, oh, hey, you know, we just had a natural gas pipeline get hacked, which happened 2 years ago, and now there's a shortage, that's relevant, right? That's something you can say, okay, I'm going to go fill up my gas tank now. I'm going to top off my storage tanks now. But again, you don't panic. You kind of take this with a grain of salt. And I will tell you right now, in the couple of years I've been doing this, the prepper community, hey, Moonsprout, the prepper community, we've been about 3 to 4 months ahead of the general public. We'll start talking about shit in January, and it hits the mainstream media in April. And it's been consistent. We've been 8 to 16 weeks ahead of the curve every freaking time. So this is coof random where attacks were a thing, right? And it weird the timing, right? And there are other hacks going on. I can tell you right now, I've got people I know who are working for various entities, both corporate and government. And I'll tell you right now, one of them shared with me, he's like, dude, they just did X and Y. They tried X on this facility, whatever the facility was, you know, be it a energy facility, an airport, a train station, whatever. It happens constantly, right? And to be fair, our government's probably doing it to other people too. We just don't admit it either. Government shakeup here in Canada. That's going to be interesting. And Canada, y'all got this dumbass. Y'all should run off the Prime Minister, or what's his name, Socks guy, and all the other governor pendejos you have, because y'all don't have governors. You have like premiers or whatever for each province. You should run them all off. You know, because here in the States, we have governors suing the president, right? We're like, no, we'll resist. And y'all's guys don't do any of that. They're just, nobody cares why your ex left or why. Premier, thank you. Yeah, run them off too. Because only, I think, one of them stood up. Out of, what, the 7 y'all have up there? One stood up. and they beat him up or her up. I don't remember what happened, but it's like one was fighting for the people, and the rest were pretty much useless. Yeah, no, Sparkle Socks is a pendejo too. He can go away. He can go to Venezuela. He likes socialism and see how that works for him. That knucklehead. Yeah, we don't need that there. He messed up Canada. I used to like going to Canada, and now I'm like, I don't want to go there because, I don't know what the hell they'll do to me. I don't think anything will happen. I don't think anyone cares about me going to Canada. It's like I go to Mexico, and they're like, they talk to me, and my Spanish, you can tell I'm not Mexican, but they clearly know I'm Latino, and they're like, yeah, he's probably from like Puerto Rico or Argentina or something. Like, they just, whatever, they don't give a shit. So, and by the way, Joe, the tequila is much cheaper in Mexico, just saying, and so is the rum, for whatever reason. But yeah, Trudeau's Green Thumb's goal in life. I wouldn't blame Green Thumb for feeling like that. But folks, when you hear these people, don't freak out about them, and more importantly, tell other people don't freak out about him. He is Fidel Trudeau. I've heard that theory. That's kind of interesting. You don't need that guy. Like, he's a moron, Trudeau. But you don't need these stupid creators either. They're all being stupid. Just listen to the information, and if you think it's relevant, make a plan of action. Literally write it down. Say, okay, if there's going to be a shortage of wheat in the global market, I can still find it, but the price will go up. So it's not a question of finding it, it's a question of economics. So now how do you mitigate that? Well, I'll get with my friend and we'll buy like a 50-pound bag of flour, which will be cheaper. And we'll split it, and then I'll store it or do whatever, right? That's the kind of thing we should be taking away with. These clowns, other than the guy who's deliberately being obnoxious on TikTok, which is funny, I just didn't need to see that big boy with his shirt off. That was just not something I needed that day. Yeah, a lot of these guys, they're very serious. He's kind of lighthearted. He likes to make jokes, and he likes to be silly. But some of these guys are not. They're being serious, and I feel like they're scaring certain people into making really bad decisions, and that offends me. That actually pisses me off. Stay away from strippers named Bambi. Wait, was her name Bambi Tequila or just Bambi? That sentence totally lost me. That would be a weird stripper name, dude. Bambi Tequila. I wouldn't even go to that club. I'd be like, nope, that's too much. I'm going to McDonald's. I'm done. But there goes the train and another train. Trains are busy today. I'm glad to see they're running in the right directions too. They're not like all over the street and whatnot. But folks, take those guys with a grain of salt. They may have good info. Take the info. And then Bambi meets Godzilla. I was grabbing chicken burgers out of the freezer. What'd I miss? Joe was talking about a stripper named Bambi Tequila or something, but third time my noticely. No, Grandma Nana, I was all screwed up. I got kicked out of 2 of my own lives, and finally I got it. No, Moonsprout, you're right. And I try. I mean, sometimes there are things that piss me off, or they concern me, and I'll put that out there, but I don't try to scare the crap out of people without some context, or at least tell you, hey, this is what you can do to make this better. This hit my mother's spark. That's cool. That'd be a great t-shirt. Give people a plan of action. If they don't give you a plan of action, you take a plan of action. You listen and say, okay, if this happens, how would it affect me? And how would it affect my circle? And what can I do to minimize the effect on the people I care for? And there's some stuff I hear and I'm like, doesn't affect me at all. It does. That's just not relevant to me. Ukraine and Russia, I feel bad for the people there. They're having their own shit hit the fan. But we're not. We're just sending weapons there, which that concerns me, because if something else pops off, do we have the hardware to go deal with that as well? Right? So, weird stuff. But anyway, that's more geopolitics. So, folks, the BS is too much. Don't listen to this, to those folks. And definitely don't panic. And if you hear someone else freaking out, tell them, hey, look, if this is going to happen, you should be doing the following. How does this affect me? Yeah, exactly, my mother spark. How does it affect me? And the second question, what do I do to reduce the effect on me? I watch all the Friends and I enjoy them sometimes. Right, and NYC, that's what I'm saying. There are just some that are so far down the freak people out trail that I don't think they're really adding value. They're making, I honestly feel certain people are making bad decisions because of it. I was in one chat, I don't remember who I was watching, and there was someone says, I'm 19-year-olds and I'm really scared because of all this going on. And I was really impressed that the chat jumped in and was like, hey, don't be afraid, depending on your budget, you can prep really cheap. Go to Big Lots or go to whatever store and find this and find that. If you can get a spare milk crate from the store, tell them, hey, I'm a college kid or I'm a high school kid and I need a milk crate. More than likely a manager will find you something, even if he can't give you that milk crate. And just, and they kind of gave some advice to this young person, and the kid was like, I really appreciate it. I don't feel so terrible now. But I really feel some of these guys, they're just spouting out this scary crap, and they're not really realizing that they could be hurting people, and I think that kind of pisses me off. Yeah, MMS definitely texts me, hey, Red October, what's going on? It pisses me off because I think, some people don't care because they're sociopaths, but I'm not. I'd like to think I'm not a sociopath. You try to do good for someone else. Right, Canadian, absolutely. And find a friend who's having a hard time. If you want to donate to another person, fellow person on YouTube or whatever social media. Hell, so we have the food bank, right, which has very specific rules of who it can help out here. And then we have church groups like Mission Agape and the Baptist Food Mission and all this stuff. And they help the folks who don't satisfy the criteria the food bank has, because they're an international group and they have very specific federal rules. They have to obey certain regulations. Hey Ryan, what's going on? Been on my time working on achieving them. Ryan, absolutely, and that's the way we should be thinking about this stuff. If you want to help someone, you can donate to the food bank. Like I said, the smaller food banks that get the people who fall through the cracks of the Red Cross, the Salvation Army, the food bank. Those smaller organizations reach a lot of families and at least get calories to the kids, and if we're doing that, that's a damn good thing, right? No, there was a second train, but the first one took a while. That one finally just went by. But yeah, folks, the BS is silly. We don't need to be freaking out about it. And more importantly, I think what we should do, and I'm gonna quote my friend, my mother Spark, the pay it forward. You could also pay forward calm, pay forward thoughtfulness, and say you're in a chat and somebody's saying, oh, death. You go to those people and say, hey, not death, have a plan. Execute the plan. Or have you heard that this may be an option to solve that problem? And right, Joe, if you've been through stuff in life, you're probably like, yeah, y'all have no idea what really is bad, I would have made hand products too. Right, and hey, there's nothing wrong in a bad economy to have side hustles like NYC Prepper saying, if you can do stuff on the side, there's no harm in that, but be honest, right? Like the stuff, anything I'm affiliated with, I bought first and tried it before I reached out, or they reached to me. And there was one reached out to me and I said, I'll review it, and I didn't like it. It wasn't bad, but they could have done better, and I critiqued it. And I tagged them in the video and I said, hey, look, this is my thoughts. I think you have a good start on a product, but you need to consider these other factors and grow your business. And shockingly, they replied, wow, we appreciate that. We've never had anyone actually say, hey, look, your product's okay, but I think you can take it to the next level by doing this. So hopefully in some small way, I help the small company to make a better product so they can go to market competitively. There's nothing wrong with that, but everything was on the table. And when you say things that people may take as gospel and they make bad decisions, that's kind of on the person saying it. So you have no clue on that. I lost. You can tell who's so crap and who's here to teach and to learn. Yeah, but we have to live local, so contribute. Yeah, absolutely. And Lee, that's absolute truth. Help your local community if you can. If there's no local movement that you can, like a food bank or something that you can actively help, then say, you know what, screw it. I'm going to donate to the Red Cross or to Salvation Army, some larger entity, and that's fine too. But I know someone. What? But truthfully, when you hear these folks, take it with a grain of salt. And honestly, look, if you click the link on any of the creators in the chat right now and you support them and you like the product and you need it anyway and you might get a discount, hey, everyone wins. But if you tried it and it's like, this product is ass, in my opinion, then don't buy the ass product. Get something else. Folks, don't let this make you crazy. Take it with a grain of salt, like NYC Prepper said. Listen and then evaluate. And one of the things, like I said, you can do to pay it forward, you can donate or help locally, but also share your thoughts on calm, thoughtful prepping, not dumbass prepping and increasing your credit card limits. Yeah, I had some. Oh, neighbors' dogs are traumatizing feral cats. I was a volunteer firefighter and fired by an active local pantry. Ooh, shoot, that went right by. Get to me. Yeah. So rabbit coyote, that's a good way. City council. Even if you just sit in the meetings, you meet the council members, you start to learn stuff. Hey, Wolf. Spit out the bone. Exactly, Hillbilly, exactly. So, folks, we're almost an hour. Holy shit. Okay, so on that note, I probably need to drive home and do something that I've forgotten because it's been one of those days. And I'm at hour 12 of my days, so now my brain is still kind of gone. But hey, Wolfang, what's going on? But hey, Devil Dog, what's going on? But yeah, folks, filter out that insanity and take details, right? If they have information, take the information accordingly and then react accordingly. And some of it may not be related to you. They may say, oh, France is having riots. Well, that sucks for the French. I'm not having a riot, so not my problem. So I'm not going to freak out over France's problem, but I'll watch the video. What are people doing? Okay, that guy screwed it, like the riots in 2020. That one guy in a suit or like a white shirt and khakis went chasing the rioters with like a bat or a sword, I don't know what the hell, and he basically got attacked and got the crap beaten out of him. It was actually a rather horrific video, and they literally left him crumpled up like a pretzel on the floor. And I'm like, you screwed up, buddy. You're like, your clothing color palette was completely wrong. Everyone's in dark with masks. You went out in like khakis and a blue shirt. Like you look like a crayon, a yellow crayon in the grass. Like you just stood out. What are you doing? Why did you leave your protected area to go into an open area where people could attack you from 5 different directions, right? That the Hawaiian shirt, yeah. Hey, Roic, what's going on? These are the kind of things that you can learn from. The riot, I could care less. I mean, I don't want people to get hurt, but that's not my problem that the riots are in Paris. But what can I learn? Okay, if I walked out of work and that was going on in the streets, say in Dallas, how would I react? Run that mental exercise. That's a good use of that kind of information. Or, oh, Ukraine wheat. Okay, wheat prices will go up. So if I need to stock wheat, what's the most economic way to do it, and how long can we store it and how do I store it and where can I store it. Yeah, Lee, that's a great one. Keeping hard copies of important stuff. Yeah, I'd walk back in. I'd be like, I'm done. Put some money in the vending machine, get a bunch of chips, a couple of Cokes, go upstairs, look out the conference room window, watch the fun, you know, take in the music. But yeah, guys, don't freak out with these people. I saw a video, like I said, I've been seeing some of these videos that are just absolutely brain dead, and it's like, no, I don't like that. That kind of sucks. Y'all don't do that. Well, folks, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna go get my butt home and try and figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. But you guys be good and be safe out there. Be careful, and again, don't panic. Take the information, filter out the garbage, and then decide what you should be doing, if anything. And if you should be doing something, what steps should you take in a systemic way, not a panicky way. And whatever you do, reduce your leverage, reduce your debt if you can, as much as you can. I know it's not always possible, because don't listen to people saying, hey, run up your credit cards. That's just terrible advice. Because eventually you're going to have to pay someone. They always come for the money, remember. Anyway, God bless, Godspeed. You guys take care, and I'm going to get my butt home. For those of you commuting, be safe, be careful, and I